So I'm walking down towards Speke Hall. It's very busy here. We are actually underneath the flight path of Liverpool Airport, so there'll probably be planes going across. So there's a smaller house. It's not the main house. Construction of the current buildings began in 1530, although there are some older ones on site. They do allow dogs so long as it's on a lead, friendly-ish. No, he is friendly. He's just new. So I'm thinking this is an old orchard because of the way the trees are lined up. They're the older farm buildings. Like, there's going to be a woodland walk, so we'll do that with the dog after I've been to the house. Timber framed wattle-and-daub house with the lead light windows. Tiny little diamonds of glass. Each one's an individual piece of glass. You might be able to see the way the sun, or lack of the sun, glints on the glass. You'll see that it's different pieces of glass. Walking down to the hall itself and the gardens. Well, there's gardens all around, but this is around the house. So the first part of the house was built in 1530. The parlour wing was added in 1531 and construction finished around about 1598. So it took about 60 years to complete. Puppy's trying to keep the dog out of the picture. I'll go on to wide. There we go. We're in the courtyard. So that part's obviously older, isn't it? Newer, I'd say. I think that's a no, because the windows, you can see the windows, but I think they've redone the walls. Water trough. And they've got an overhang. I don't know if you can catch that, but the way the top part of the building curves over. There's a really old part of the window. I don't know why that's there, it's hinged. Oh, novel. Slightly greeny tint to the greeny browny tint to the glass. There's a sign there that says this isn't the front of the hall, but I want to see the house, so I'm going to have a little wander down the side of here and then we'll back up on ourselves. close-up view of the windows and the walls and the gardens. I'll just leave that there for a minute and you can pause and read it. But I never knew that. They used to eat pigeons and doves. So there's square holes. Is what they used to nest in. Or living larder, so to speak, as they called it. Looks fantastic with all the moss on it now, isn't it? I'd have that in my garden. I think that looks lovely. I'd have the gate as well, but hey ho. I didn't notice before, but you can actually see how wonky that house is. It looks like it's fallen off. And that's what gives old houses character. Cute. So this is the south lawn. All the crocuses are coming up. The crocuses. Please correct me in the comments. Carpet of purple flowers. Look at that, gorgeous. Aren't they? So, yeah. The south lawn gives you the best view of the front of the house, apparently. Hello, dog. The house is currently closed, probably because it's not peak season. It's National Trust property. But for nearly, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nearly a 600-year-old house. It's doing well. 700, nearly 7, so 6 or 700-year-old house. I'll get a bit closer when that child has disappeared. That's music from the woodland walk. They put things on for the kids to mess about with. Drums and whatnot. We won't be going down there because we have the dog with us. It's oak framed, which is black bits, I think. I'm presuming. Don't know anything, but I'm just going by what I kind of know. Oak frame, and it's on sandstone base, which is the red brick. And it's wattle-and-daub, which is straw and clay as far as I can remember in history. I'm just reading here on this site. During the turmoil of the Reformation, the Norrises were Roman Catholics, so the house incorporated a priest hole and a special observation hole built into the chimney. I don't know whether that's that chimney or that chimney. It allowed the occupant to see when people were coming. There is also an eavesdrop, a small hole open under the eaves of the house, which allows the servants to listen in on conversations of people awaiting admission to the original front door. Nosy Parkers, aren't they, eh? So the last lady to own it was Adele Watt. She was 21. And she came back to live there. She died in 1921, and the house was left in trust for 21 years. And her servants looked after it under the supervision of Thomas, who'd been the butler to Miss Watt. The house passed to ownership of the National Trust then. There you go. The gardens date from 1850s, and the courtyard and main are 2 days. So there you go. There's my little snippet of Speke Hall. We'll get a bit closer, see what we can. It is bigger than I thought it was. See that drain pipe? Collection and overspill at the top there. Don't know if you can see. There's coats of arms in the window. That might be. There we go. Different coats of arms in stained glass that are different colours. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this is the front door, isn't it? So if this is the front door, there should be a hole under the eaves. Unless they mean that window. No, they can't mean the window. Having a mooch? Oh, have you found my stick, have you? Have you found a stick? No, you've dropped it. See what I do for my art? I'm walking backwards so that you get the front on of that entranceway. Rose Gardens, I think they're Rose Gardens. A big little entrance over there. Sun's coming up. I suppose that would be a sunken garden. Steps down into the sunken gardens. Well, better go on a walk in the woods now. I mean, we're very lucky to be so close to woods like this and the beach. considering this is a big city. But this is the outskirts. This is the overflow. And I don't suppose many people want to live under a flight path. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? There we go. You're showing off. Now this looks like it's made of driftwood because it's all smooth, but I'm presuming it's where people have sat on it over the years. This one's not about you, actually. Honestly, it's not about you. All made out of wood. Fabulous, isn't it? I'd have that in my garden. Won't fit the back of the car, though. No! It's just nice just the way it is. Paint it white. I like that. We're in the woods, but you can see the house through the trees. So it would be very secluded. And it'd be sheltered in the winter, I presume, because of all the trees that are around it. Be creepy as anything as well. We obviously haven't had as much rain as we thought we'd had. Little sludgy river. Now this is the side of the house, which is obviously not as decorative because they're not making an impression on visitors. But I don't know if you can see, but the roof line sags a bit, just a tiny bit, and that bit there has got a dip in it, or a bump in it, depending. Looks more like a bump, to be honest. But yeah, it's nice and quiet when the plane goes, isn't it? You hear all the birds. Probably can't, to be honest, because I've got my mic on. But if you can, let me know. We're going to go and have a little look at the secret garden. Now, Rex might not be allowed in there, but I can go in. Here we go. Not very secret. Should be more overgrown. So there's paths leading round, and there's flowers planted in the central part. And a couple more of these benches. Been chopping some, maybe they're going to make some more benches. I suppose in the summer, when everything's got all its leaves and things on, it would be more closed over, So it would be more of a secret. Chopping trees down, clearing the old wood to let the new stuff through. Could put picnic tables there if people were nice and put their rubbish away, but they're not. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, there's the river. There's a little, you can just see it there. I don't want to zoom in because there's people over there. There's a little bridge that goes over that little bit of a river. And as I say, there's a circular part in the middle that'll have flowers and things on. Following the path. So yeah, there's a little river that goes, there's two bridges. Here's kids playing with these sticks, poo sticks. And there'll be a little waterfall with a weir, more like, when it's in full flow. Very pretty. So we've been round the woods. I quickly walked. I'm saying I quickly walked. I didn't quickly walk anywhere, but we took shortcuts. And we go back towards the house now, along some kind of drive. So yeah, there's gates there which lead up to the main road, but I don't know where it leads to now. It might have led to the beach, coast road. I'd have to check on a map and let you know. So coming out onto some lawns. Having picnics and playing croquet. Yeah, I don't want to get people in it as much as I can not get people in it. No. This is the front of the house. This has got to be the front of the house. The sun's in my eyes. Can't see a thing. Hope you can. So that part there is where I was at the beginning. The roofs are all different. All at different levels. Don't know what I'm filming. It's going to be a surprise to me just as much as it is you at this rate. So this is the moat garden. It's not sunken garden. It's the moat garden. Because apparently it had a moat. High walls where you can have a little sit down. Or like there's a gentleman over here, he's got two little kiddies who are standing on the wall looking over. How medieval people looked after their kids. Gave them little walls to stand on. See, there's a set of stairs there going into what would have been into the moat. This work, 25 yards long, and was wholly built by Edward Esquire at 15, either 98 or 28. I'll let you make that mind up. So this is a good entrance. Look at that door. They're metal. That's wood. A little peephole, I think. Take you down to wide again. Yeah, imagine walking into that. This shot's purely so I can take a screenshot of it, so enjoy. That's what you see when you come out your house. That says, caution, bees at work. Newly restored Victorian garden. We'll have a little look at that. Can't see a thing because the sun's in my eyes. So, like my previous video on crops of hall and gardens, linear trees, herbs, black peppermint, Japanese mint in pots. So, fruit trees, lots of land, and a little greenhouse. So it's only a small garden, really. The beehive over there. Yeah, there's that old beehive. And there's another one there. And some raised beds. It's looking good. Some more of those linear trees. On an aeroplane going up into the sky. Look at that. It's a private house on the land. Probably did belong to part of the housing back in the day. I mean, I know it's not a guide, like, but for me to go through that door, I'd have to bob my head down. Right, the orchard that we saw coming in. Again, there's no way of measuring anything, but I'd have to bob my head to get into that. I think that's the back door to the garden. But I'd build something like that in my garden if it could, as a folly. I think it looks lovely. You could, but I've got one of them, so I can't. I don't want to go too far because there's kids playing, but that's the River Mersey just along there. So I'm thinking these are the farm buildings which have been modernised and done up, and there's 3 of them. That last one there is a cafe restaurant. This is I didn't catch to see what's in there. So there's 2 courtyards, and when you've got Armut, you get to use that one all by yourself, because there was other dogs in the other one, and as our dogs are newbie to people and things, we thought it best not to worry about it and just take him off somewhere so he could still hear things. And the reason why I think they're farm buildings is because there's pigsties. So I don't think that's the original stonework. But it might well be, I don't know. I should have checked on that. So yeah. Now that, I think, is the original stonework. But you can see where it's been renovated and done up. And that'll be the door into the back area. And the last lady that lived here, Miss Watts, kept different types of pigs. She was very proud of her pigs. There you go.